Eric, this is also a random question, but like, why are white nationalists reaching out to? I think you see some faces of Proud Boys who are like Latino, Asian, and like even African American. Like there's a white nationalism that's like reaching out to people of color. How do you square that? Does it go back to anti-Semitism? And I'm not necessarily pointing at Matt for any reason.
So go back to hating this motherfucker, right?
Yeah, it's a layered conversation, but here's the thing to understand, right? Hate groups don't come into our towns bringing anti-Semitism or racism, Islamophobia, or even misogyny, Texas, right?
Texas.
They come into communities exploiting the bigotry and the divisions that already exist, right? So the first thing we have to understand is that largely, right, people are coming from out of the community, right? But there is a core here, right, who are taking advantage of the bigotry that already exists. There's another reason, though, right? We should understand that authoritarianism, right, is the kind of momentum of the day, right? It is the way that the wind is blowing for a lot of people, and it's not because people are ideological, but because there's so much change happening in society that you can't but help to feel anxiety, right? But if you don't have a place to anchor yourself, you're gonna go to the place, right, where you feel there is the strongest anchor. And so people are falling that way because there's no alternative, including people of color, right? And the thing you just have to remember, right, is race is made up. We forget that, right? Race is a social construct, not a biological construct. So what was white 50 years ago isn't what's white today. And it's not what's going to be white 10 years ago, right? Because it is an ideology. It's a way of seeing the world. And that's why you see people of color in it. But the piece we won't get into, but I hope someone invites me to speak to it, is someday we got to talk about the failure of the racial justice movement and the left around this. Because we have also made mistakes that have opened up big spaces around this, right? And until we come to terms with those things, right? And people are gonna get mad at me, right? But we just have to be much more strategic about the world we say we are building rather than the world we say we're fighting, right? And anyone can adopt white supremacy as a philosophy without even knowing it. It's the condition of our society. And I think we replicate too many of those traits each and every day. Right? And there's no alternative to it. And that's why those folks of color are joining that anchor.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuationroom. Do it.